Hey, Mrs. Hilton. I'm Jonathan Christensen, and I'm going to be talking about advancements in technology that have affected communication over the last century, at least. But first, I want to briefly describe to you what communication is, the definition of it, and how we communicate with each other each and every day. Communication, in its simplest terms, is the interchanging of thoughts, speech, opinions, writing, or signs. There's many types of communication around the world, but when we speak to each other, we kind of tend to talk informally in slang, and a lot of nonverbal communication is shown. But with that, I'm going to go into talking about how technology is playing a huge role in changing our communication in the last century. It has grown at a tremendous rate, and still to this day is growing. A few examples maybe is the telephone or the computer. You know, the first electronic computer was invented way back in the 1940s. It has been innovated every year since then to the present day computer you see around you every day. Still to this day, getting things added to it to make communication easier and more accessible. Some examples of these types of communication on the computer are instant messaging, emails, webcams, blogs, anything like that. Webcams actually are a very big part of the communication and stuff, and advancements in it. Through webcams, you are actually able to talk to the other person you want to without typing a message or talking on a phone, but simply just talking to the computer. You can view the other person through a picture on the computer. It shows everything you are doing, or they are doing. It's a great form of communication, and through these things we can keep in contact with anyone around the world at any given time. The telephone is another great example. It's changed our form of communication. The first phone was created back in the 1870s. It started out as one phone with only one connection line. Today it has been reinvented so we can talk and communicate with anyone around the world. And a branch off the telephone is the cell phone. Cell phones themselves are just increasing, and advancing every day. They keep finding new ways to make the cell phone better and make it easier to communicate with each other. The cell phone started out only being able to use in a car or a vehicle of some kind, but today it is you can carry it around anywhere with you in your pocket. It keeps getting smaller and smaller in size, and they keep adding things to the cell phone to be able to communicate. A great example of that is text messaging. People tend to text message more than just talk on the phone nowadays. But I guess what my point is that technology is constantly reinventing itself. They're constantly finding new ways to make it that much easier just to communicate with each other, communicate with a friend, a family member, or just anyone on the complete other side of the world. But to sum up what I'm talking about is while technology keeps changing, so will our ability to communicate with each other. We'll keep finding new ways to communicate with one another through all these technological advances. and these advances allow us to stay in contact with everyone around the world. Thank you, Mrs. Hilton, for your time, and hope you like my speech.